It's time to investigate now. We won't find any info at school. And we can actually go to Shirichi Beach and Okina City in Golden. I'll check out those places first, because it's less likely we'll be finding useful information here, since the murders happened around Inaba after all. So foggy we had to put our scooter's light on. Yep, nothing at the beach. What about Okina City? Still foggy around here. I wonder if anyone here knows about what's been going on in Inaba. Okay, well, she's not too interested in anything that isn't movies. Yeah, I guess here is just too far out. Too busy worried about other concerns. Everyone here only knows what TV has told them. Look where that got Namatame. I think we should give up now. Inaba's more likely to turn up information. Let's check out the central shopping district first. And you do need to speak to everyone, by the way. Yeah? Okay, no new information out of you. Well, I guess the students are out and about. Someone in our school did die. If you know anything, please come forward. And you're too busy, well, being completely hysterical. True, is there anyone out here who would have a motive to kill Miss Yamano? Well, it's our job to dispel the fog of lies. It's what we've been doing this whole time. Oh yes, we know all too well what type of guy she's into. You're looking at him, and please stop, now. Yeah, we're not gonna get anything out of that guy. Seems like he's pretty popular, but he's kind of gone. Well, I suppose we'll just need to trust in him, like Naoto said. Yeah, I guess it's because the people around town are kind of stupid. Everyone's too concerned with rumors. Okay, we have a new lead here. What if there were strange people besides Namatame? So from now on, we actually have to ask everyone both of these questions. So this is the kind of town where everyone knows everyone, I guess. Well, Tanaka's selling them, but you probably won't have much luck getting them from him. Aren't you that teacher? Doubt you could see the sunset in this kind of fog. So few people around here actually care about the case. Oh yes, because there were no news or rumors about that, then it must, not be true, right? Doesn't seem to want to talk at all, that guy. Wonder if anyone at the shrine knows anything. Don't think you'd know about the murders. Neither do you. All of these crows around here make me a little worried. We're actually allowed to catch bugs right now. I didn't realize that. Perfect timing. Hopefully that's a good sign. We should go back to the shopping district south and ask people about recalling anyone suspicious. Not from this town. But we're sure the killer has to be from Inaba. Oh no, you're the real suspicious one here. Going and talking to our girlfriend like that. What about at Juness? Yes, useless information, like an incident that results in the death of one of your classmates. Okay, we might have a new lead there. But first, let's check out the floodplain. Seems she doesn't know about the incidents. But you might. True, I doubt there's many people here who recall much. Cat doesn't seem to remember anything. And that's our sign. We've talked to everyone we can about that. Well, there was somebody suspicious. Let's check out the central shopping district and talk to that girl, by the gas station, I suppose. Okay, go on, please. Yes, this is promising. Oh. Well, I'll give you praise because that's actually pretty close to the truth, but we already know this. And this must have been where that comment that he was making advances on Saki came from. People just, saw that and, took it the wrong way. Misunderstanding, like they said. I don't think we asked you about the suspicious person yet. And that's everyone covered. So, what have we found out? Well, everyone around here doesn't remember anything about the incidents, and nobody saw anyone suspicious besides Namatame. That's just great.
seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all.
That's the downside of being a celebrity.
The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Oh, now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much. So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside. It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it. What's the matter?
It's now time to deduce who the culprit is in these murders. It's a lot of pressure, and If we get this wrong 3 times, that'll be the 3rd bad ending. But as they said, we might know more about this than we realize. We already have all of the information we need. And even if there's a lot we don't know, sometimes the lack of clues can itself be a clue. Warning! We are now about to deduce the most likely candidate for the true killer. If you still want some time to think about the answer for yourself, please pause this video now. If this was a classic murder mystery, this would be about the time when we gather everyone in a room, so I'm gonna go and pretend we've done that anyway. In order to solve this case, we need to think back to the first 2 murders. That's all that matters now that we know that Namatame was responsible for the other kidnappings. Somebody here has the perfect motive for Mayumi Yamano's death. And that someone is you, Misuzu Hiragi! Your husband was having an affair with her. That would give you the perfect motive. A crime of passion, if it were. Except you do have an airtight alibi. Besides, you're a celebrity, and one at the center of a political scandal at that. If you were in Inaba this year, people will be talking about it. No, it wasn't you. We need to think about this from the opposite angle. Nobody saw anyone suspicious, so the person who was stalking around Inaba was someone who could go anywhere without being thought of as suspect. Someone who you don't question being at a crime scene. Someone like a police officer, perhaps. Someone who could have kept an eye on our actions this whole time, and could have delivered the warning letter to our mailbox without arousing suspicions. Someone like you, Ryotaro Dojima! He would have been very careful to hide his ability, but it easily could have been him. He's been watching us this entire time. And he's very familiar with Inaba. He frequents all the local hangouts. But he may fit the facts, but what we know about him, that tells us he's no killer. For one, he's been trying so hard to solve this case, and his only daughter Nanako was injured. He never would have done anything that would have put her in danger, and he wants to keep this town safe for her. On top of that, his reaction to receiving the warning letter. We've known Dojima long enough to realize that, and I mean this in the best possible way, he's a terrible liar. There's no way that reaction wasn't genuine. No, it can't be Ryotaro Dojima. But I know we're on the right track here. It had to have been someone who fit all of those criteria. If only there was someone like that. But someone who didn't care at all for the town of Inaba or its inhabitants. Someone who could go anywhere without being suspicious, who could talk to both of the victims. But surely someone who fits that profile will be wishful thinking. Wouldn't it, Toru Adachi?
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
No one pays attention to a police officer around a crime scene.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
All of these things we just never really thought about before because he never crossed our mind as a suspect, but they're really glaring now.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Then, is it really Adachi-san?
It's too soon to know for sure. We need to confirm it ourselves.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible.
I mean, we almost jumped to conclusions with Namatame, and that could have ended really badly, so we do need to be very careful this time.
This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering, you seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first 2 murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job. You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came here to ask him a few questions.
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
This might be our only chance. We need to make this count.
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything.
Actually, according to Yukiko, you were pretty close to her around the time she disappeared.
That was months and months ago too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
Really? An assignment to bodyguard a celebrity? That's pretty important.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice.
Only once or twice? We have it on good authority that you talked to her a little more than that.
Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped. Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind. Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first 2 murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous! We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in!
Wait a minute.
What did you just say?
Put them all in. What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow. Then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a bitch!
Adachi! Ah, damn it! Adachi!
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Damn it! Where the hell did he go?
Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere!
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
You're right. Sorry. You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would, but could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Unfortunately, going in from a TV we don't know is dangerous. We'll have to use the one at Juness.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here. We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Juness like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
And on that note, let's go to bed tonight. We've got a big day tomorrow.